There's an idea that children are born pure, that we start innocent and the world corrupts us. And I understand why we want to believe that. It's comforting. It means selfishness is something that happens to us, not something we come with. But I don't think that's true. I think we're born selfish, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Here's what I mean. A baby doesn't care if you're tired. A baby doesn't care if you need sleep. A baby doesn't care if you haven't eaten or showered or had a moment to yourself. A baby screams when it needs something, and it screams until it gets it. Not because it's cruel, but because it's survival. That baby's entire existence depends on being selfish, on demanding attention, on making its needs known, on putting itself first, because if it didn't, it wouldn't survive. That's where we start, hardwired for self preservation. It's not a moral choice, it's biology. It's the oldest code in our DNA. Protect yourself first, get what you need. Don't worry about the rest, and that code runs deep. It's underneath everything we do. Every act of generosity, every sacrifice, every moment of putting someone else first. That's a learned behavior. It's a choice we make against our default programming, and that's what makes it beautiful. Not that we're naturally selfless, but that we learn to, to be despite ourselves. But here's what it gets complicated. That selfishness, the one that keeps us alive as infants, it doesn't go away. It grows up with us. It becomes more sophisticated. It learns to dress itself in respectable clothes. It becomes ambition. It becomes competition. It becomes looking out for number one. It becomes the quiet calculation we all do. What's this? What's in this for me? Even when we'd never say it out loud. And that's not evil, it's human, but it's also the thing that needs to be examined, because unexamined selfishness is dangerous. It's the reason we hurt people without meaning to. It's the reason we take more than we give. It's the reason we justify things we know are wrong. It's the reason the world is the way it is, not because people are bad, but because people are operating on default settings they never stopped to question. The question isn't whether you're selfish. You are. We all are. The question is, are you aware of it? Are you honest about it? Because the most dangerous selfishness is the kind that pretends it doesn't exist. The person who thinks they're purely altruistic, the person who believes they have no ego, the person who claims to be above it all, that person is not selfless. That person is self deceived. And self deception is the highest chain of all. The devil's energy in this is not the selfishness itself, it's the lie that you're not selfish. It's the refusal to look at your own motives. It's the story you tell yourself about how good you are while you quietly put yourself first in every decision and call it something else. That's the chain, not the instinct, the denial of the instinct. So, what do you do with this? You don't try to kill your selfishness. You can't. It's part of you. You acknowledge it. You watch it. You catch yourself when you're operating on autopilot and ask, am I choosing this consciously or am I just following my default programming? And sometimes the answer is, yeah, I'm being selfish. And that's okay. You're allowed to protect yourself. You're allowed to want things for yourself. You're allowed to put yourself first sometimes. The problem isn't selfishness. The problem is unconscious selfishness, the kind that hurts others and then blames them for being hurt. The goal isn't to become a saint. The goal is to become honest. Honest about what you want, honest about what you're afraid of, honest about the moments when you choose yourself over others, and honest enough to choose others anyway, even when your instincts scream otherwise, because that's what separates a person who's awake from a person who's asleep. not the absence of selfishness, but the conscious choice to rise above it, one moment at a time.